Hello! Where have I been for the last few weeks? Well, mostly working, then I was sick. But besides that, I've been playing Rust. Rust is currently an early access game, and even though there's a few bugs, it's pretty playable. When you start the game, you usually wake up somewhere along the coastline in a random part of the map. Now, you have a torch and a rock, but for some reason are completely nude. Now, most servers you'll find will have the randomly generated map, so it will vary from server to server. But there are several structures that add a mystery feel to the game, as well as a plane that'll drop supplies and an attack helicopter that, once it targets you, will not let up until you die. Now, whether or not you like the game all depends on how you intend to play. Now, for me, a simple PvE server will do, as I am not very aggressive towards other players, and honestly I just like building structures and exploring the game world. If you think you can take the same approach to a PvP server, you're probably going to have a bad time. If you want to start out on a PvP server, I highly recommend looking for a server with a low player count. If you think you'll be able to start up a base on a server that has about 200 people, you'll probably get slaughtered. Essentially, this survival simulator turns into a home invasion / human hunting simulator. Although most players are cool, there are a chosen few who just like being dicks. And they'll snipe you from a mile away even though you have nothing. So obviously this game is best played in numbers. If you can find a group to work with, that'll be the fastest and safest way to get supplies, blueprints, and start raiding. Oh yeah, did I mention raiding? For a game with no set principle other than surviving, it is interesting to see how that has become the main attraction to this game. Now I won't lie, defending your base once you're established is pretty fun. But the sad truth of it is, most raids happen when you're offline. Essentially, most raiders usually go after the easiest targets. Especially when you're first starting out, this can make the game really tough. Just as you think you're starting to get somewhere, an already well-established player comes in and takes all your stuff, leaving you back to square one. Now, if you're worried about getting on a server that has too many overpowered players, the nice thing about the game is most servers tend to reset every month, leaving everybody back on common ground. I was going to make a video trying to defeat the attack helicopter by myself, but it seems one of the recent updates took away some of the tactics that I was going to use. Now, I was still going to go at it, but the first attempt that I had, the helicopter just started shooting at me a little bit, and then it kind of flew away, and now the server's not letting me back on. So, all in all, it is a good game. The only real advice I can give you is don't trust anybody in it, especially if you're playing alone, but that's just my opinion.